Crazy Indiana trucker here. We already did our pre-trip. I'm just rolling around town right now, so there is no trailer. Tomorrow we will be doing a full view after I get a load, because I got to get a PM done and all that stuff today. So, hey, check out the little drive we just barely did. Here you go. System while I'm driving. Let's show how that really works out. On the roads here. We are in Romulus, Michigan. We are doing this on a GoPro. This is not my phone. No one's touching the GoPro. The GoPro just sits there across the other side of the truck from where I'm at. So it's not being performed by me doing anything. 94. I think my GPS is really screwed up. Slowed down, stopping quite a bit behind this person here. Right now, bobtailing takes a little bit of time to stop, so you just want to make sure you are giving yourself that time, and I'm giving space in between while they're sitting there in line. Right, now continue rolling. We're going to let them get 7 seconds ahead. Back in, it's that pole there. It's 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6, 1,000, 7, 1,000, 8, 1,000. We're about 8 seconds behind car numbers. So we are at a very safe traveling distance. Now, as you see, this car is going to come flying up there and take over our following distance. So you just back off a little bit and let them have their lead way in. get in home in a hurry, because that's how you get killed or get somebody else. It's best to stay safe and arrive alive. Several more lights to go through. Yay, I love lights. Like I'm going to have to maybe move over to the left. Not sure. Once I get under the overpass, the other part of the E-Course Road West is its own road and turns off. I can't really tell at this point. But we got plenty of time to make that ruling out. I don't think so. I think we can still continue this road. So now drop down right here, and you can exactly give what stick you're at, where you're at, and you'll be well known to be found by your company. So we're taking our time. We're not even here to speed and act like a fool. This is my daily driving. This is what I do. I try to make sure that everybody's safe. So notice we pick up speed now. Get up to the speed where it is. I mean, that was pretty much as far. This truck was going to allow me to go up to a 63 and a 65. But now I'm up to the 65 because we have nobody dead up in front of us and we're safe. Got 1.7 miles to go. Notice still we're looking up ahead of us, way up there where that box truck is, way up there. It's just seeing the one that came on earlier. See way up there ahead. I see the road signs up ahead. Looking at the speed limit, we're going down to 55. So let's get into the 55-mile-an-hour range. Should have seen that a little sooner. I was talking to my son at that point in time. So now we're also watching up ahead and making sure that we're staying on our speed limits. Got another truck going around me because he thinks I'm going too slow, but I'm doing what the speed limit says. It says all trucks use two right lanes. That's usually the case in Michigan. Michigan, if you're in that far. Michigan, if you're in the far left lane, you will get a ticket. And this exit that we're going on is a double off. So the one beside us in the right lane can go off, and so can we. We stay in the secondary. We do want to work our ways over to the first area lane on the right. Nobody behind us, nobody in our way. Over here to the Wyoming Avenue. So we don't want to stay on 12. I hope y'all like my video. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe on my channel and on this video. Alright, now we're going to slow down because we're already come to the light up at the end of the ramp. We'll take us a right. So we're also looking around us over here. We're also watching the traffic that's coming around the left side of me. That is not there right now, but they do come around there. We'll know we're safe. We're almost to the Central Transport Yard, which therefore you're all going to have a movie ride. So you'll get to see how nice the road is through there. It's pretty common for that road to be like that, especially being a container trucking road for Universal and other companies that deals with like container trucks and rail yard. So Universal's right here in front of us. They're also back around that corner too. Yes, road here to get into the central. I did get around for my son to be on the truck. He's over here laughing at this road. stop before I shut the camera down, so that way we are safe. So here we go. I will see you here in a minute. Alright guys, that concludes the video for the day on the short trip that we just did. I didn't show us coming back to the yard, but we'll be back on here tomorrow, and I'll be going live probably around 8:30 tonight, Eastern time, for my Bible study. So peace out guys, love y'all, and have a good day.